Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Minutes with Ekoma. And our talk for today is titled Hard Work, Favour, and the Dinner Table. For a long time, I've always believed in the virtue of hard work, and I still do. However, I've come to realize that hard work is often not enough. The thing is, hard work will get you through the door, but it won't get you a seat at the table. You see, it's just not enough to get through the door because you may get through the door and all you get to do is to serve the people that are seated at the table. Here is where favor, God's favor comes in. We all need the favor of God because it's God's favor that gets you a seat at the table. Divine favor grants you a seat to sit and enjoy the blessings that the world has to offer. Some people get to sit at the table but don't get to eat anything. Something happens before they accept their meal and they don't get to partake. Some others actually start eating the appetizer, but just before the main dish arrives, poof, they are gone. If you think I'm being over dramatic, you can take a look at the life of Steve Jobs, one of the founders of Apple. He was quite hardworking and talented too, but I would say he left the dinner table right after the appetizer. He never got to eat the main dish. Others have taken his seat at the dinner table, and I can assure you that it's not everyone who is currently eating at the Apple dinner table that worked as hard as Steve Jobs did, or is even half as talented as he was. He spent so much time working hard. He got through the door. He got a seat, not just any seat, if I might add, but a really great seat at the table. However, he never made it to the main dish. Favor is not just about getting a seat at the table, but being available in every sense of the word to enjoy that which hard work and tenacity have brought us. Remember, it's one thing to have wealth and an entirely different thing to be able to be alive and in excellent health to enjoy the fullness of that wealth. That, as far as I'm concerned, is what favor is really about. I realize that some people will not necessarily accept the concept of favor as it may seem to them as something that happens to us without taking into consideration the part that we as humans play in attracting or repelling favor. I'm therefore going to use a more scientific phrase to describe it, which is social capital. What exactly is social capital? I will try to make it simple. This can be likened to a currency in the form of a bank account made up of goodwill, which, just like any other currency, can be spent to purchase what I will term kindness from people when we are in need of it. In our daily interactions with other people, are we intentional about building social capital? Does our attitude attract the kind of people we need to get ahead in life, or are people turned off by us? Social capital is a currency which we use to buy things from men and even God. Let me give you an example. You might get to a point in your career where the difference between getting the next promotion or not, getting the next contract or not, is not just dependent on how hard you have worked or can even work, but on how well you can relate with your bosses and clients. How you relate with them will determine how they treat you, what they think of you, and this may have no bearing on your work output. And while we are still on this topic of favor, I like to say that men will not favor you, not even when they should, unless God makes them do so. So every time you get to enjoy the fruits of your hard work, do remember to take time out to thank God for his favor. I want to conclude by asking you if you have asked for God's favor today, and if your attitude is the kind that attracts favor from men. We have to get to a point where we are intentional about attracting both the favor of God and of men. Let's meditate on these things. So the next time you're home enjoying the nice house that you worked hard for, driving that really nice car that you also worked hard for, having a night out in that really fancy restaurant, or simply eating something like well-cooked jollof rice in the comfort of your home, remember that it's not just all about hard work, but also about the favor of God and of men. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you for listening. I remain Ekoma Aja. I'm a life decisions consultant, social change advocate, and also the author of Pointy Panther Goes a Wall, Pointy Panther and the Zompire Sharks, and Damage. Please follow me on my social media handles. Thank you.